we shall not end this war until we have full control of Ukraine's territory. Not because we are, this power-hunger people, but first of all, because it's right. It's our territory. We have no reason for giving it up. I got a friend who texted me. She said, I had a friend who was very pro-Russian, who was always saying we should be friends with Russia, we shouldn't escalate. And now he signed up for the army to fight against Russians. So you have to realize with Russian language, the fact that so many Ukrainians speak Russian is, of course, the result of the colonization and of Russian imperialistic policies. Like people were forced to speak Russian in the Soviet times. Me, as a child in kindergarten, in Soviet kindergarten in Kharkiv, I was basically forced to speak Russian because everybody else were speaking Russian, and I was being mocked because I was a Ukrainian speaker. So right now, when we speak about this promotion of Ukrainian language, Russian, of course, are saying you are forcing Ukrainian onto people, but we are saying that this is just about historical justice being done. Like we are reversing the policies that have led to the situation we're in. So there were some mild legislative initiatives. For instance, right now, if you come to a shop, the shopkeeper or the person there has to address you in Ukrainian at first. And then if you respond in Russian, the person can respond back in Russian. But I think that is very important, because what I've seen many times, particularly here in Kyiv, is like you come to a shop, the saleswomen in between themselves, they speak Ukrainian, but then they see a middle-class woman, and they automatically assume that it's better to speak Russian, and they switch to Russian. Because it was like a prestige language. Just yesterday, actually, I met with a friend, and she's pregnant now, and she was a Russian speaker. Her family is Russian speakers, and her husband is actually from Luhansk, so he's a Russian speaker as well. And I said, so what will you do with the language? Because I didn't think about her being a Russian speaker, because we always speak Ukrainian to each other. She said, I think that would be an issue, and I want my son to be a Ukrainian speaker, so once he's born, I will probably be speaking only Ukrainian to him. So there is a growing understanding of this, and I have multiple other examples. A friend of my mom, she's a Russian speaker, and she's actually Russian, so her family was from Russia. But suddenly this friend started texting my mom in Ukrainian, and then she wrote like postscriptum, I'm sorry for many mistakes, but I'm really trying to speak Ukrainian now, and I really want to forget that I was born Russian. I think the trauma of what happened in Bucha, of Russians destroying Mariupol, is just too big, and it's too personal. It's like speaking to people who raped your child. How do you do that? I think in a generation, maybe yes. But right now, I don't see that, how that would be possible. It's too painful.